Sure, hanging out with Peter Griffin could corrupt an angel, but let's be real. Cleveland Brown isn't even trying to be one. Don't let that mustache and soft voice fool you, folks. This guy's going straight to the slammer, and honestly, it's about time. Kicking off the list is Cleveland totally forgetting about his stepson, Rollo, and boy, does that negligence cost him a whole lot. Yeah, Cleveland isn't winning any Father of the Year awards anytime soon. In the episode Fat and Wet, Cleveland impulsively decides to buy a swimming pool. The only justification I can give this is that maybe he was going through a midlife crisis. He shows off the new pool he bought, but things spell trouble when Rollo almost gets into the pool.
Rollo! What did I tell you about getting too close to this pool?
Calm down, Donna. The boy's just trying to have some fun.
Don't tell me to calm down. I told you I think this pool is dangerous. It's like now we've got 2 loaded guns in the house.
Okay, it's nice to know that someone had tried talking sense into Cleveland, but let's be real, it's Cleveland we're talking about. Listening to advice isn't exactly his strong suit. When Donna heads out, she gives Cleveland very clear instructions.
Will you keep an eye on Rollo while I run to the store? Make sure he stays out of the pool. Cleveland. Cleveland, do you hear me?
Nana, isn't the answer obvious? I mean, the dude is all relaxed and chilling with his floaties. She leaves, and of course, it doesn't take long for disaster to strike.
Oh, he sees an opening and he takes off. Help! I can't swim. Somebody help me!
But no, that's not the worst part.
Oh my God, no! They're doing another season of The Bachelor?
Dude, what is wrong with you? A kid just drowned right next to you. Rollo's body surfaces back to the top of the pool and floats to Cleveland. You think that's where he'd finally realize what happened. Well...
Wait a minute. I don't remember buying a coaster shaped like a dead kid! Rollo, my angel! Oh, can you hear me? Oh God, if you die, I am never getting laid again!
Cleveland tries all he can to bring Rollo back.
I should have done this before the plunger.
You think? All of his methods fail, so he goes for a final option.
I gotta bury the body. Even better. Rollo, are you okay?
He might be, but not you, Cleveland. You need some mental help. Along with me. Rollo is just happy to be alive and wants to tell Donna all about Cleveland being a hero, but not so fast, kiddo.
Rollo, if your mother finds out you were running around this pool, woohoo! Boy, will she be mad. At you. She might even ban you from the pool completely.
A hero and a genius.
Well, what can I say? This hero and genius would be charged with negligence and child endangerment. This is for failure to act in a responsible manner when he was supposed to be supervising Rollo. He'd be facing 2 years imprisonment and a fine of $10,000. And that's how we're starting this video off. As we go on, the crimes get worse and worse. Cleveland then absolutely messes up when he decides to teach Junior how to be a tough kid. A lesson that goes horribly wrong. It all starts in the episode Skip Day when Junior is given an award for being the only student to show up in school on Skip Day. That should be a mark of academic seriousness, and any parent should be proud. Well, not when that parent is Cleveland.
Look, Junior, you know I think you're a great kid.
Thank you.
Quiet. But if you want other people to respect you, you can't always blindly follow the rules.
But rules are our friends.
Well, if you want any real friends, you better start standing up to authority.
And so, in Cleveland's twisted way of parenting, he decides to tutor Junior on how to become tougher.
I want you to be a renegade.
Okay.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Don't say okay to everything.
Sorry.
And don't say sorry all the time.
Okay.
No! Oh, forget it. Just go to bed.
Of course, Junior is struggling to keep up, and Cleveland, his patience is running thin, decides to speed up his son's learning process.
Here, chug this beer.
I'm not 21. Plus, I'm on allergy medication that shouldn't be mixed with alcohol. But if you say so...
Brother, I am face-palming so hard right now. Who do I even blame? Cleveland for being such a jerk of a dad, or Junior of having no spine of his own? But whose fault is that? Junior gulps the beer and, surprise, surprise, he ends up in a hospital bed.
I'm sorry. We did all we could. He's dead.
Junior, please don't leave me.
Okay.
Ah, you're hopeless.
Cleveland will be facing charges for child endangerment again, or reckless endangerment, for knowingly giving his son something that could harm him, especially since it resulted in hospitalization. The penalty for child endangerment will have him paying a fine of $10,000 and 2 years imprisonment. But for also supplying a minor with alcohol, he'll be facing another fine of $5,000 and a year behind bars. So in total, that's 3 years and $15K. In the episode Field of Streams, Cleveland takes things way too far by breaking into the school to steal back his old jersey. That's right, he risks a felony charge, all for a dusty piece of fabric. Cleveland decides to visit his alma mater to only be disappointed by what he finds.
Look at this place. The bleachers are covered with racist, occasionally hilarious graffiti. I'm surprised the team can even play on this mess.
Oh, no, there is no team. When Wally became principal, he disbanded the baseball program.
For someone who was the school's baseball star during his time, Cleveland decides to do something about it.
Ollie, this school needs a baseball team.
Can't afford it. Not with the popularity of the math club and the Fluffers, my a cappella singing group.
What if I could raise the money before the season starts?
Why not? I'd love to see you raise $5,000 in a week.
And at this point, I gotta ask, does Cleveland really care about the baseball team, or is it just for his ego? Anyways, as I'm pretty sure the saying goes, put your money where your heart is, so Cleveland decides to raise money.
We've made $422 in 5 days. We're on our way.
You're doing terrible, man. Dap me up. Let's go. Thankfully, Terry comes through with a check for $120,000. The money speeds things up a bit, and the field is ready.
You get the hell out of here.
Now Cleveland steps in as head coach and decides to have Cleveland Jr. join the baseball team. But his son is not the athletic type.
I can't, Daddy. I'm signing up for a different after-school activity. Math club.
Frickin' nerd. Dap me up. There it is. As if having his son sign up for math club wasn't bad enough for his pride, Cleveland runs into his former coach.
So, I see you're still a fan of the chewing tobacco.
Hot Brown, what are you doing back in town, you big-headed SOB?
Believe it or not, I'm the Growler's new head coach. Unfortunately, my son would rather join the math club.
And you're just gonna sit there blubbering into your beer?
Well, not now.
What kind of coach are you?
The meeting moves Cleveland, and he decides to convince Junior to sign up.
That's Cleveland Brown Jr. wearing the original jersey his father made famous. After 25 years, Hot Brown number 9 is back at the plate.
Oh, you just know this is a disaster waiting to happen. The jersey doesn't make the player.
Like number 9 is a hot brown mess. Brown number 9 makes you hate the game itself.
The Growlers should retire that jersey again. Retire it to the can.
This is what happens when you force kids to do stuff they're not meant for. And so to prevent his legacy from getting shredded too, Cleveland decides to step in.
Oh no, where's my dad's jersey? Someone stole my dad's jersey!
Not just someone. This security footage should answer all your questions.
He steals his own jersey back from his kid. Brother, that's just despicable. And worst of all, Junior gets to watch him do this on the security tape.
Hey, what are you watching? The Cleveland show? Ba-da-ba-ba-uh-oh.
Was it really worth it? The legal trouble Cleveland's gonna be dealing with is not cheap. For breaking and entering, he'll be facing 1 year in jail and a $4,000 fine. Then for stealing the jersey, which is basically theft, he'll also get 3 years behind bars and a fine of $2,500. Add it all up, and Cleveland will be facing 4 years in prison and $6,500 for a jersey. That is mind-boggling. Next up on the list is Cleveland's many, many moments of public indecency. Now, sure, most of the time it's not exactly his fault. His house just keeps getting wrecked by his terrible neighbors.
What the hell? No, 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 no! Hey, Peter, can you blow that towel rack down here? Thank you. What the hell? No, 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 no! I gotta stop taking my baths during Peter's shenanigans.
But there's also the time he got fired for having a tiny weeny part of his junk showing below his postal shorts uniform.
Oh, yeah, that's a half-scrote bad dangle angle right there.
Oh, no. The whole town's seen it.
That went down in the episode Unzipped Code. Peter and the gang tried raising money to help Jerome pay for his surgery after an accident got him in a wheelchair. So the gang gets together on a conference call and comes up with an idea.
You know, the local firehouse made a sexy men in uniform calendar, and it raised a ton of money. Don't tell anybody, but I heard not all 12 of those guys were from Quahog.
Who would we tell that to?
I don't know, I'm just saying. Don't.
That's actually not a bad idea.
You know, when Quagmire claims something is not a bad idea, better watch out, disaster's brewing. So the guys decide to run a photo shoot for the uniform calendar, and Cleveland is a little too excited for the role.
There we go. Now throw that bad boy up on the mailbox. Ah, you're a natural. You're like Giselle, Beyonce, and Naomi Campbell all in one.
The poses Cleveland strikes are so over the top, even Quagmire's left raising an eyebrow.
Hey, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and close this, okay? Getting my house assessed.
The photos get published and the money is raised to help Jerome, but there's one small hiccup. His photo gets a little more attention than others.
Oh, no. The whole town's seen it.
Damn, Mr. Brown. Larry Bird ought to be diving through here any second, because that's a loose ball.
And then he gets the boat at work.
Do you have a problem with the carrying capacity of your standard issue S1104 canvas satchel?
No, sir.
I see. So then why, may I ask, do you feel the need to carry around an extra sack?
But this incident is nothing compared to the time Cleveland scarred poor little Stewie for life. It was bad.
Oh no! You're covered in my hot pee! You can wash yourself off in the waiter closet.
Doing this in a public restroom? Now that's beyond just being illegal. Ever heard of a motel, dude? Poor Stewie didn't just see something he'll never forget. He also had to hear it.
You know, I can just wash it off when I get home.
Why? What's in there?
Oh, Oh, yeah. Oh.
That's double the trauma. For public exposure, Cleveland will be facing 1 year imprisonment and a fine of $1,000, but with Stewie involved, it becomes exposure to a minor, a very serious offense, adding another 4 years and a $50,000 fine. So Cleveland's looking at about 5 years in prison and a $51,000 fine. After Cleveland moves in with Donna, he's determined to win over the kids and become the ultimate stepdad. So he pulls off a stunt so catastrophically dumb that it doesn't just ruin his chances with the family, it puts him on a collision course with PETA. So in the episode Dad Doggone Daddy Dance, Cleveland tries to bond with his new stepdaughter, Roberta.
Roberta, congratulations on getting a date to the daddy-daughter dinner dance.
I don't have a date.
You do now.
You have brought a cancer to our family.
Sorry, Cleveland, you just gotta keep trying, man.
Hey, Roberta, I know you're on the fence about going to the dance, but I thought maybe this would help you decide.
Oh my God, are these real?
Hell no. Just come to the dance. I ain't got your mama a diamond yet.
Well, you didn't have to be so blunt, dude. Anyways, Donna steps in and Roberta finally agrees. That excitement quickly turns to horror when this happens.
Hey, new stepdaddy, you are doing a great job. Now go get that cake. What? We gotta keep this a secret or the kids will hate me forever.
Since there's no sign of sexual abuse, I'll go ahead and get rid of it for you. Since there's no sign of sexual abuse.
Come on, dude, you're only making things worse. But not. Cleveland takes it a step further. Rollo shows up at breakfast to complain that Meadowlark Lemon, yeah, that's the dog's name, never came home. So Cleveland decides to help.
Meadowlark Lemon!
Meadowlark Lemon!
Meadowlark Lemon! I don't think he's here.
If we don't find him, I'm gonna start using drugs, probably.
Probably.
Pretending to search for a dog you killed and disposed of?
Nothing. Well, not nothing, but no dog. Well, not no dog, but no Meadowlark Lemon.
Well, how long will you keep up this act?
He's not here either.
Well, he keeps going until he just can't anymore, and after getting advice about honesty from his new pals, Cleveland decides to confess.
I accidentally drove over his head with both my left rear tire and then my left front tire. Curious, I stepped out of my vehicle and saw his mangled, lifeless body on the driveway in a smeared pool of his own blood. Ugh. And now the hard part. I had no idea that in the hours that followed, Lester and his family would eat Meadowlark Lemon.
As if that wasn't horrible enough, he tries to make amends.
Kids, Donna, come out here. I got a surprise for you.
Cleveland, what have you done?
I'd like to introduce you all to our new dog, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Just how was this supposed to make things better? Rollo doesn't even hide his disgust.
You can't just replace my dog like Brad Pitt replaced Jennifer Aniston, or John Mayer replaced Jennifer Aniston, or Vince Vaughn replaced Jennifer Aniston, or that Munch from the Counting Crows replaced... The point is, my dog is not Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, a dog isn't Jennifer Aniston, Cleveland. Even though it might have been an accident, trying to cover it would have Cleveland charged with animal cruelty and abuse. Here's a 5 years imprisonment and a hefty fine of $100,000 for that animal cruelty felony you just got. Next, Cleveland doesn't just dabble in petty theft. No. He ropes in his own son Rollo to pull off the heist as well. Honestly, I'd love to get my hands on the parenting book that suggested turning your kids into criminal accomplices was a good idea. Now, if this is just a one-time thing, maybe I wouldn't look the other way, but we could just call it a lapse in judgment, perhaps. But no, this man commits to the bit. It all goes down in the episode, Chris has got a date. Now, Lois tasks Peter with a specific job.
Peter, I need you to take Chris and Meg to school.
Seems normal, right? Except, Lois, what's with the goggles and hammer? But, she quickly reveals her reason for the fit.
Today's the day I finally kill that squirrel that's been eating our tomatoes.
At first, I was ready to call PETA until I realized what the quote-unquote animal that was responsible was.
Try to get like 8 of them this time. I want to make bruschetta.
Bro, did you guys see that? He's been dressing up his son, Rollo, as a squirrel to steal tomatoes from the Griffin's garden. And there's even a quota for the poor boy to meet. Initially, I was just ready to slap this with a theft charge and call it a day, but the more you think about it, the worse it gets. And he's already dressing his son up as a squirrel. For repeatedly forcing his son into criminal activity, Cleveland isn't just guilty of theft, he's facing child exploitation charges. Using a child for illegal activities like this is a serious offense, and so combined, Cleveland could be looking at 10 years in prison plus a $20,000 fine. I really hope those tomatoes are worth it, bucko. Now, Cleveland is not exactly a pilot, right? But then he decides to take to the air in a helicopter, and it's an absolute disaster. So in the episode Nanny Goats, Cleveland ends up with Peter's old Peter-copter.
Cleveland, are those?
Yeah, I have dibs on whatever silliness Peter loses interest in. Remember this? To the Cleveland copter!
Peter just gives out old stuff that he's bored with? I wonder what else he's no longer interested in. With absolutely no experience, Cleveland decides to give the Cleveland copter a spin.
The mustache obscures my view!
Dude, what if there was someone in that house he just blew up? The courts are gonna have a field day with this one. First up, reckless endangerment, because Cleveland behind the controls is essentially handing the keys to a toddler. That's like 5 years in jail and a $50,000 fine. Then there's destruction of property for crash landing into someone's house. Add another 10 years and $25,000 to the tab. Total, 15 years in prison, $75,000 in fines. Maybe just stick to solid ground next time, buddy. Hold on, guys. This is just half of the list, and Cleveland's already racked up $277,500 in fines and a 39-year prison sentence. For a pretty chill guy, that's a lot. And there's still more. This dude's got a whole other stack of crimes waiting to add even more years to his sentence. Honestly, at this point, it's not even shocking. Everyone on this show is just an absolute psychopath. And in some cases, I mean that literally. In the Cleveland Show episode, The Hangover Part Tub, Cleveland accidentally stumbles into a serious crime. Sure, it's accidental, but hey, ignorance isn't a get-out-of-jail-free card. Especially when, there's a body involved. So Donna's running for the school board and ropes the family into campaign duty because nothing says family support like forced labor, am I right? But to save her shot from being ruined by Cleveland's constant embarrassment, she gives him one tiny idiot-proof task.
Cleveland, this election is very important to me.
I found another waffle! Oh my God!
Look, just behave yourself, at least until the election's over.
Okay, that shouldn't be so hard, now should it? Well, Cleveland decides to pass the time by playing the Hurt Locker game with his friends, but then they add a new member.
Franklin, the 49-year-old bankruptcy lawyer we just started hanging out with this week.
Oh, hells yeah! I'll do it! Cleveland, you've really made me feel like part of the gang. I look forward to years of misadventures with you.
Now, if you're wondering what the Hurt Locker game is, it's exactly as dumb as it sounds. Diffusing live C4 explosives inside a cardboard box. I got no idea why a full-grown man will be playing stupid, dangerous games like this. Plural, I should have said plural, multiple men. But it's their fun.
Franklin, that was so cool! Better luck next time, buddy. Franklin, do you copy?
Nope, Franklin does not copy because you and your pals just blew him to bits.
This would be a good example of what I was talking about when I told you to behave.
Going to a funeral?
Causing the funeral by blowing up some guy outside a bar.
Even if the death was accidental, Cleveland's still going to face the full extent of the law. Intent is different from impact, and so he'd be paying a fine of $250,000 and facing 8 years imprisonment. But playing with explosives is not what anyone should make into a hobby. It's illegal and comes with a prison sentence of 5 years. So in total, that is 12 years imprisonment and still $250,000 in fines for Cleveland. Now, there are lows. Yes, and they're just downright terrible and evil and despicable. Cleveland sinks to such a low in his moral compass. This time, he faked being homeless to eat free sandwiches. There's no redeeming him for that. It all goes down in the episode of The Cleveland Show. 'Tis the Cleveland to be sorry. It's that merry and festive time of the year, and you know, kids being kids, they've all been looking forward to it.
Here's my Christmas wish list. I would have put it on an iPad mini, but I do not have one.
And I want a Gucci purse because I'm black or Italian.
Who raised these little gift-demanding machines? Donna, of course, bless her gentle heart, decides to set the kids right.
Nobody is getting anything for Christmas until they give something back.
Giving back.
This year, we're all volunteering at the homeless shelter.
Pass.
Then you most definitely will not get that purse.
And well, because you gotta be on Donna's nice list to get something for Christmas, 2 of the kids volunteer at the homeless shelter. And yes, Cleveland's included.
That includes you, Cleveland.
Hope they like yellow shirts, blue pants, and red thongs.
Okay, that should already tell you that things won't go well, but it gets even worse, as it usually does. While helping out at the mission, Cleveland makes a shocking yet appetizing discovery.
I'm so hungry I could eat a sandwich meant for a peasant. Hand pain!
Hey, those sandwiches were donated by the finest restaurants in town. They're for the homeless.
Don't do it, Cleveland. You're a chill guy. Don't do it. Ah, he does it. That didn't even take 5 seconds. He tastes a sandwich and is blown out of this proportional world, and the experience is totally transforming for him.
Wow! Yum, 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 yum. Meow, meow, meow.
And so Cleveland decides to do the next best thing, or worst, really.
I'll be homeless for Christmas. It's the life for me.
Donated food fight!
He disguises himself as a homeless person and begins to get his heart's desire, free sandwiches. But he keeps up the act and, well, he takes more than just free sandwiches.
Stealing toys for my 2 boys and girl, and flu vaccines for free.
No, that wasn't the worst of it. Donna and the kids have no idea what he's been up to.
Junior, we're off to Grundle's.
I really do wish I could come, but they're short-handed at the shelter.
That's okay. The kids and I will be fine. You're doing a great thing.
Wow.
Proud of you.
Tickles.
Oh, no, Donna. Wait till the truth finally comes out.
Now it's time for our Christmas Angel Award. This year's winner was nominated by his wife for his work at the Stool Bend Shelter.
That's where we are. Cool. Desk lamp, give it to me. I need that.
Okay, such a loving and supportive wife. Now, who could that Christmas angel be?
Hey, look. I'm on TV. Give me that camera. I'm homeless. I want it.
Cleveland, you're pretending to be homeless?
Yes, but I've continued to wash down there.
Yep, the truth is finally revealed. Watch all you want, Cleveland. The stink of fraud and despicable ain't leaving you. Cleveland pulled the proper con job, deceiving everyone with his act. Faking homelessness and scamming a charity org. Yeah, that's definitely fraud and a very serious offense. Cleveland will be facing 15 years in prison and a fine of $10,000. Now, for all the times this dude has helped Peter commit crimes, he's guilty of aiding and abetting. Sometimes it's a petty act, but this one time, they took it further. It all goes down to the episode Joe's Walking on Air. After Peter and the gang start their men's club and everyone's dancing and having a blast, well, almost everyone.
What's the matter, Bonnie? Don't you want to dance?
Oh, it's okay, Joe. I don't mind sitting here with you.
What I mean is, I don't want to hold you back.
Don't be silly, honey. It's just as nice watching other people have fun.
But then things get a lot more awkward for Joe after he overhears Bonnie's phone call with Lois. So Joe decides to hit up the doctor, and what does he get? A shiny new set of legs.
Gentlemen, I give you the new Joe Swanson.
Well, what do you think?
Oh my God, you look great, Joe! Holy crap!
Yeah, Joe's walking again. But soon those fancy new legs go straight to his head.
Oh, this is great! I feel so alive! Come on, ladies, kick your high heels off and get moving! You guys are a disgrace!
But oh boy, it gets way crazier.
Dojo!
Joe, we don't even know what a dojo is.
There's no mercy in this dojo!
Joe, why don't you take it down a notch?
No mercy!
Then the final straw hits.
I realized over the last few days, the only reason I hung out with you guys is that I was crippled and you were lazy. I decided it's time I got some friends more suited to my status.
But Joe, we've been friends for years.
Hey, we all make mistakes. Come on, dudes, let's go exercise! Exercise! Yeah!
Joe dumps his friends, and now the guys are just sitting there wondering if maybe giving Joe new legs wasn't the best of ideas.
I tell you, those legs have turned him into a complete jerk. It's like giving a monkey the keys to an amusement park.
How is that?
How is what?
How is it anything like a monkey having the keys to an amusement park?
I don't know.
You want to answer that, Peter?
Don't call me on this stuff, all right? I'm just go with it. Support me in these moments. I'm hurt. I lost my buddy.
You lost a buddy, but now you lost a wife. He leaves his wife, and the gang decides that enough is enough. There's only one thing that can be done to save the situation.
We're gonna break your legs, Joe.
Come on, guys. Get him!
And what happens next is just absolute madness. They are no match for Final Form Joe. He completely wipes the floor with their feckin' buttocks. But then one more person is also desperate to get Joe back, and it's Bonnie.
Not until I have my husband back!
Oh, my perfect ass! Damn it! Just give me the gun! I'll do it myself!
Well, they finally got their wish, and he's back on a wheelchair and hanging out with them again.
Oh, it's just good to have our old Joe back.
All right! Yeah! Wait a minute.
But you know what else they're all gonna get? The slammer. Because what the hell was that? Sure, Joe is a total jerk with his new legs, but conspiring to cripple him? They'll all be facing serious jail time for that. By planning and conspiring to attack Joe with the intent of physically harming him, Cleveland and, of course, the others are guilty of conspiracy to commit assault. Then, by physically attacking Joe constitutes assault and battery. Given the intent was to cause serious harm, re-crippling him. For this, Cleveland will be looking at 25 years in prison and a fine of $270,000. Now, things take a turn for the worse with Cleveland when Quagmire lets his giggity instincts override his sense of loyalty, shattering the sacred bro code with ease. Peter invites his friends on board his fishing boat for a party at sea, and while Quagmire's fishing, a little incident happens.
Oh, sorry about that, Loretta. Hey, can I have my fish back?
Oh, you're gonna have to reach into the cookie jar.
Well, I can't just, you're my best friend's wife. Reach into, all right.
Yeah, you go in and get that. Show that fishy who's boss.
Wait, what? Loretta?
Well, we'll have to do this again sometime.
You name the time and the place, little neck.
This dude just arranged to hook up with his best friend's wife? Nah, but then again, it's Quagmire. There's no limits with him, truly. Later, Peter and Brian rush to Cleveland's house after hearing screams, and what they find is truly troubling.
Holy crap.
We should go. Peter, that wasn't...
You know, for a large, heavy-set black guy, Cleveland's got a cute little white ass.
That wasn't Cleveland. It was some white guy.
What was that?
Shut up and put some more of that sugar in my bowl.
Man, this is just all shades of wrong. But then Peter and Brian decide that the last thing in the world they should do is tell anyone about this.
We've done everything in the world. So I guess the only thing left to do is tell you that Loretta Brown is having an affair.
Good lord!
No. Oh, God, I'm screwed.
Nah, dude, you just screwed your best friend's wife. But good for you, they didn't see your face. Peter volunteers to tell Cleveland since, well, he has experience with delivering bad news.
Brian and I walked into your house, and she was with some guy going, bam, 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 bam.
Peter, maybe...
Hey, hang on, I'm not done. Bam, bam, bam. And then she's all, oh, yeah, bam, bam, bam. You want to take it from here, Bam Bam?
Bam, 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 bam.
You want to take it from here, Emerald? Bam. So that's what we're dealing with here. Any thoughts?
Ah, man. Where's the emotional intelligence and sensitivity? Ah, who am I kidding? It was never there to begin with. Things get twisted when Cleveland calmly questions Loretta over the affair. She angrily responds that she needs a real man, but hearing this, Cleveland apologizes?
Apologize? I cheat on you and you apologize to me? Cleveland Brown, you are pathetic.
I disagree, but I respect your candor.
Goodbye, Cleveland.
Loretta, of course, kicks him out of the house in disgust, and Cleveland shows up at the Griffin's house. The family try to make Cleveland comfortable, and Peter believes what Cleveland needs is a revenge lay, so he decides to ask the one person who's good in that department for advice.
Oh, God.
Sorry, guys. Let me throw something on.
Peter, look.
Holy crap, that's the tattoo.
Yeah, that's the tattoo they saw on the dude that was with Loretta, and they all piece it together. Peter and Brian immediately spill the news to Cleveland, but...
Quagmire slept with Loretta?
Oh my God, Cleveland, I am so sorry. I can only imagine what you must be feeling right now.
It's okay.
It's okay? It's okay to be betrayed by your wife and best friend?
I cannot stand this dude at this point. There is nothing okay about that, and Lois tells him that.
You don't have any passion. Sometimes a woman wants to see her man be a man. You gotta push back a little. You gotta get a little rough. Oh, God, Peter, hit me.
Yeah!
Ow!
How did we get here? Anyway, Peter tries to get his friend to feel some passion and taunts him.
All right, Cleveland, if this doesn't light a fire in your belly, nothing will. Hey, look at me. I'm Quagmire. I had sex with your wife. Giggity, 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 giggity.
Those are so his mannerisms.
Okay, I think I give up, but not Peter. A little twist of the knife finally gets the desired result from Cleveland.
I'm not Peter, I'm Quagmire. And I'm doing you, Loretta.
What the hell?
Oh, you like that? Yeah, much better
Peter,
than Cleveland.
knock it off.
Yeah, you sweet thing.
Glenn Quagmire, you're dead.
But then Peter realizes that he may have gone too far, and so he tries to protect Glenn.
Listen, Mayor West, my friend Quagmire here is in trouble. He needs a place to stay tonight.
Say no more. I'll protect you, sir. It is my job.
I guess Peter's the best kind of friend to have. No. But then Mayor West's lunacy soon proves too much for even Quagmire.
I failed you.
Yeah, this is kind of creeping me out. I'm gonna go.
Take this for protection.
What the hell's this for?
When the time comes, you'll know.
Quagmire returns home and calls Cleveland to apologize, but nah, buddy, Cleveland isn't just looking for an apology.
Let's talk this thing through. Oh, hey, Cleveland, I was just leaving you a message.
You violated the sanctity of my marriage.
Yeah, the dude's out for blood. But when he finally has Glenn at his mercy, he just can't do it.
Oh, this is awful. Somebody stop them. Do something.
Yeah, not everyone can murder someone in cold blood even if they slept with their wife. It's just not who they are.
Oh, I can't. It isn't in me to cause harm to anyone, no matter how much someone has harmed me.
I'm sorry, Cleveland.
Peter, though, has one final trick in his bag.
Cleveland, I think this beautiful woman would like to say something to you.
You told me this was Lois's intervention.
Come on, man, did you have to do that? But instead of reconciling, it goes the other way.
This marriage is over.
Well, that's just fine, Cleveland, because I am through being your wife.
Okay, I know Cleveland was the one who was hurt in this episode, emotionally that is, but he ended up doing some physical damage as well. He'd be facing charges for his crimes, obviously, plotting to kill Quagmire and assaulting him with a deadly weapon, which comes with a penalty of $150,000 and 15 years. There's also the additional fine of $50,000 and a 3-year jail term for damaging Quagmire's property. Also, the crime of attempted murder, which Cleveland will be getting 20 years in the slammer for, and a fine of $25,000. Add that all up, 38 years imprisonment sentence, $225,000 in fines. The next crime that'll send Cleveland to the slammer is when he teams up with Donna to wreak havoc, like a superhero couple, but of course, it comes at a cost. In the episode Hot Cocoa Bang Bang, Cleveland shares the story of how he first fumbled his chances at getting with Donna.
Anyone, I'll marry anyone who helps me.
No towel. Guess I'll just wait for my feet to dry when I get out. Watch my red, kids?
No, not my problem.
This dude seriously chose to keep his new kicks dry instead of helping Donna, who was in desperate need of help. Honestly, I'm not even surprised. Anyway, this inspired him to write a comic book, Waterman, and 25 years later, he has a new dream.
And so, Waiterman was born. Which is why, for our summer vacation, we're going to debut Waiterman at this year's Comic-Con in San Diego.
Okay, Comic-Con sounds like a good idea, but then as the family arrive at San Diego, it's Donna's turn to meet with something from her past.
Oh, God. No!
Mom, that's you!
Damn.
Yep, turns out Donna used to be a hell of an actress, and her former director was screening the film, a discovery that horrifies her.
I'm going to get that screening canceled.
So apparently she's not worried about her 5-year-old boy alone in a convention center full of grown men in costumes.
When Donna locates Rodriguez, she demands that he call off the screening, but then he makes her an offer.
Just come to the screening.
And what if I say no?
Look how happy he is. It'd be a shame if I had to take that away from him.
So you think just by making my husband's dream come true, I'll do what you want?
Yeah, that's kind of how the industry works, Donna.
All right, I'll be there.
Super!
So Cleveland actually believes his Waterman is getting turned into a movie, not knowing he's just being used to get to Donna. When he shows up at the screening, he cannot believe his eyes.
Donna?
Cleveland!
What the hell's going on here?
Shh. If you have a question, you can stand in line and wait for the Q&A like everyone else.
Fine.
Now it makes sense why Donna was so against the screening of the film. She tries to explain to Cleveland the terms she had been given.
Robert Rodriguez promised that if I came to the screening, he'd never show that movie to another living person.
Are you kidding? You heard that crowd. Hot Cocoa Bang Bang is a hit. I just made a deal with Warner Brothers to convert it to 3D and release it wide.
Oh boy, that don't sound no good at all. But hey, welcome to the backstabbing world of the movie industry, Donna. But the couple do not just stand back and let Rodriguez get away with it.
Maybe we can't, but Waiterman and Coco Bang Bang can.
So they march over to confront Rodriguez to retrieve the film, starting with the guards.
About some hot cocoa!
After taking out the guards at the door, they catch Rodriguez just as he's leaving, and a hot chase commences.
No, no, look out! Oh no! Oh, look out! Oh no!
Okay, what's going on? Exploding tomatoes? Oh boy, it gets even weirder though.
He ain't trying to mess up my throat. That's from the movie.
They finally catch up at the train station and tackle Rodriguez and take the guitar case containing the film. But now Rodriguez isn't letting them just walk away like that, and that's where the real crazy happens.
Mátalo.
Press 1 for English.
This guy just blew up a tanker!
You're keeping the costume.
And then they just walk away into the sunset? Okay, that was an epic action flick, but we're not gonna ignore the stack of crimes that would land these two in prison for life. First up, assault for taking out the guards at the door. 20 years in the slammer, $20,000 fine. Then there's the destruction of property, which attracts a sentence of 5 years behind bars and $50,000 in fines. Oh, and don't forget illegally using an explosive device in a public area. That's a serious violation that comes with 15 years imprisonment and a fine of $250,000. Finally, murder. That truck wasn't self-driven, and taking out Rodriguez, that's straight up homicide, which attracts a sentence of 60 years and $500,000 for killing those two people. So while their dramatic sunset exit looks heroic on screen, in reality, they'd be walking straight into a courtroom and facing a total of 100 years in prison and fines adding up to $820,000. Remember the episode Field of Streams? The one where he stole back his jersey from his son? Yeah, turns out he did something much worse than what I mentioned. As you'll remember, the episode starts with Cleveland having a flashback to his time as his high school's baseball star.
But Coach McFall said they're gonna retire his number after the season.
To Hot Brown number 9.
Woo! Yeah!
But the trip down memory lane gives him an idea.
Know what I say we do?
Start a fight with those old ladies in red hats and purple dresses at the mall?
No.
Oh, great heavens! How does one just randomly come up with a suggestion like that? And worst of all, they decide to go through with it, and it's an absolute mess. Other than this being aggravated assault on old women, they frickin' murdered some of them too. Aggravated assault is going to fetch Cleveland 15 years in prison and a fine of $150,000. Counting the number of old women he brutally beat up, he's looking at about $3 million in fines and 300 years in jail for that. Then, for straight up killing some of the old ladies, Cleveland will face a sentence of 150 years in prison. Sum that up, he's getting locked away in total for 450 years and paying $3 million in fines. Now, all of this brings Cleveland Browns' penalty to a total of $4,852,500 in fines and 679 years in prison. Damn! But come on, if you thought the numbers were crazy for a dude like Cleveland, just wait until you see this character. Click on the next video and prepare yourself.